What's up, everybody? It's time for round 2 of the portfolio reviews. Remember, this video is sponsored by Contra, the all-in-one place for freelancers. Big shout out to Contra for providing all this value and support for all of us independents and freelancers out there. Huge round of applause to them. But let's get right into this video. Today, I'm going to review some more portfolios, but this time I'm going to do a little point system type thing. So I'm going to break it down to, let's see, 7 categories. And you're going to get points based on those categories. Now, here's the breakdown. 20 points for standing out, 20 points for the work being up front, 20 points if I know exactly what you do immediately, 10 points for your work thumbnails, 10 points for a clear CTA, 10 points if you have an email address shown, and another 10 points if you mention your availability. Now, of course, there's more that goes into a portfolio than just these things, but I'm going to look at this through a lens as someone that wants to get noticed really quickly, that wants their work to be seen, and to just have a crystal clear, simple portfolio. I'm not reviewing your work. I'm not reviewing case studies. I'm literally just looking at the basic structure of your portfolio. Again, in the lens that you're looking for work. And some of these portfolios that I'm reviewing might not even be looking for work, and that's okay. All right, let's dig in. Now, I've skipped over this person I don't know how many times, but they said, I'm almost hoping I don't get lucky and get picked. And I said, I'm coming for you the other day, so I have to pick it. Because honestly, in a way, it does stand out with the big word portfolio. I know what I'm going to get when I click on this. And it has been catching my attention, but not in the best way. But I'm going to check it out this time just to see what's inside. Let's take a look. All right, bam. Brandon, okay, you're a product designer, clearly a product designer, but I have no idea the type of work you do because I'm not seeing any type of work anywhere. Oh, what's happening there? That's a pretty big rollover that's happening here. It's a big animation. Like, I want to come for this arrow. I want to come get the arrow. Ah, the arrow moved away. Come for you, arrow. Ah, you ran away. Come for you, arrow. Ah, you ran away. You don't really want stuff like that. This now it's just almost all gone. I just get the word "the." It's disappearing here, but I don't really get a lot. I think you're a brand designer because the Z is all I see. I don't see any product design work yet at all. So you're definitely going to get some points kind of knocked off there. I don't see your email address anywhere. I guess it is pretty clear what you do. I mean, just product designer, but I don't really know what to do here. So Brandon, you got your name here. Then you also say, hey, I'm Brandon again. Oh, what happened there? And there's another pretty heavy rollover here with links. Are these links? Learn more. Oh, no, that's a sentence. Learn more about me. I thought those are they not links? No, that's one sentence there. It looks like those are 3 different links, but it also looks like it's one sentence. I'm pretty confused by what's happening here. So I'm going to try to find your work. And when I'm on your work page, I still don't really see any work. I see the Z again from the zoo, which I'm curious. Did you just do the branding for that? What? Okay. The zoo rolls. I'm having it should be very clear what you did here. It says iOS, Android, and app design, so I'm guessing that. But all I really see is the logo. There's a logo again. Got a widow here. Not really seeing much of the design. I mean, I do get this, but it's all like angled and chopped off. I don't really get to see anything. So, yeah, you're kind of hiding your work. So I mean, overall, let's go through this thing. Does it stand out? I mean, it took me like several times to finally click on your link that you shared. So I'm going to give you 5 points for standing out, just because the big portfolio word, I mean, kind of was effective in a way. Was there work up front? No. So you get a 0 there. Do I instantly know what you do? Yeah, but you just say product designer. But I get it. So, I mean, I give you 20 points for that. Work thumbnails, I don't see any. 0. Clear CTA, you do have get in touch up top. And I don't want to click on it because I don't want it to open up my email. But what did I have? I got 10 points for that. I'm going to give you 5. Has an email address? Nope. 0 points. And do you mention availability? No. 0 points. All right. So it looks like you're rocking 30 points here, which, hey, this is just like a quick little fun review. Doesn't really mean anything. You could be getting tons of work right now. You might not even be looking for work. And hey, it's all perfectly okay. But at least now, you know, if you did want to try a couple things, you know, maybe work on some of the stuff that we just went over. You know, make your social share image stand out a little bit more. Put your work up front. Get your email address out there. And maybe put your availability on there. These are just some things to consider trying, right? I'm not telling you to do this stuff. I mean, whatever, you know, just do what you want to do. But hey, 30 points. It wasn't 0. All right. So next we're going to look at who's going to stand out here. I don't know. I don't want to click on that. I'm not going to click on that one. Some of these we've already clicked on before. This is interesting. Whoa, what's happening here? Okay. I want to say that again. Oh, it's a video. Okay. Crafting purple. Oh, I missed that. It made me stop, so I'm going to click on that. All right. It's a PDF. I was not expecting a PDF here. Okay, we went from this animation to the PDF. Huh. I mean, I think I'm just like a little disappointed on the inside. Like I was hoping for something like a little bit more flashy or whatever. But honestly, this is great. PDF, sure, lightweight. It's easily shareable. I guess a link. I mean, it is on its own URL. It looks like, yeah, you have your own URL here for it. Well, I mean, let's review it. Let's check it out. You do have your email up front. Okay, so that's what? That's 10 points there. Do I know what you do? Portfolio. Why is portfolio the biggest word here? Portfolio of what? Of works in print, digital, and web. That doesn't tell me anything about what you do. So I get that you probably design because you got the word design in there. What do we got? We got instantly know use 20 points. I'm going to give you, man, I got to give you like 5 points for that because you do say the word design. So I'm assuming you designed something. And you did stand out with your original sharing image. So I'm going to give you 20 points there. Do I instantly know what you do? We just did that. Work was up front. Work is up front. You still, and teasing continuation. I mean, you don't really have a choice here. I guess Google Drive is automatically teasing the continuation for you. So work is up front. You got 20 points there. Thumbnails, these aren't bad. Business card designs and mock-ups. You say you've got your name on every single slide, it looks like. And these thumbnails down here lose all contextual value. They're just like images placed in here. Like these have context to it, and it makes it feel a bit nicer. These just look like something just plopped on here. I don't really know if it's working. I don't get the two side by side here. The color one stands out way more. This one doesn't. You've got some pretty cool stuff here. It is kind of like a little chaotic. It's kind of all over the place. Like especially when we get down here. But I mean, this is actually really cool. Look at this. What? These thumbnails are sweet. What happened here? Why are these thumbnails like got no love? How many points do you get for thumbnails? You get 10 points for thumbnails? I'm going to give you 5 points for your thumbnails. Just because some of them just don't have any love at all. But then some of them just beautiful, stunning. Okay. And do you mention your availability anywhere? I'll scroll back up to the top. Nope. So that's a 0. And do you have your email address? You do have your email address, but can I select it? Can I click it? I can't select it or click it. So I'm going to take off some points there. Is this just an image dropped in here? I'm going to take off some points because the whole purpose is to be able to select email really quickly. So you lose some points there. Clear CTA. There's no CTA. So you get 0 points there. I think that's it. Let's check this out. So you've got now 40, 50, 60, 65 points. All right. You're currently in the lead of this video. And it's just a PDF. I mean, PDFs are effective. This works. You just need to like polish it off a little bit more. Add some of these missing details. And I think it's on its way. That sharing video here was a very smart move. Very smart move. That's how you get people's attention right there. All right, let's keep going. Here's another oh, that's you. Wait. Look at this. Look at the difference here. Okay, this is you. This is the first time you shared something, I guess, July 13th. No love on this PDF at all. Like, there's no image. Nothing here makes me want to click. But when you added, all you did was, okay, you did two things here. You added the video, smart, and you put it on its own URL, smart. Because I don't think it's just a PDF now, and I'm going to click. Even if I did know it was PDF, I'll probably still click on it because of this video. But you added this other extra layer to make it even more interesting. I got to give you extra points for that. So for the video, for taking feedback based on another video and adjusting, you got to get credit for that. That's 10 points right there. So you're up to a 75 now. And then for being smart with kind of hiding the PDF a little bit and using a custom domain to give you another 5 points for that. You're up to an 80. You're an 80 right now. You're the high score. I mean, we'll have done 2 of these so far, but you're the high score right now. I got to applaud you for that. That was an incredible move right there. Both those things you did, incredible move. Good on you. All right, let's keep going here. I see you tweeting all the time, and I really want to click on your portfolio, but I can't because it doesn't stand out. Okay, but much respect, but I can't click on that. Now look at this one. Okay, there's not a lot going on here, but it did catch my attention, especially like if you compare these two side by side. This actually has a lot of things I'm looking for. I need to see your work. I need to see what you do, but where it falls flat, ironically, is that there's actually depth here and all the work is on an angle, and it's really hard to see what this work is. And I immediately look away from work that's on angles and stuff. It just, I mean, cause you instantly like want to move your head and stuff. I'm like, why are we doing that to people? Now this isn't as bad. It's more like a dimensional thing here as opposed to just twisting it on angles, but still, I kind of want to click on here, but then I see some of the textual stuff on this work. They get every right here. That's a widow. Why? Then you've got like the text running in on this black overlay, which you don't really, it just seems a little dated, like the black overlays, but you also got the text running to the edge. So those two textual things, and you got another textual thing here. I'm kind of thrown off by it. Typography is absolutely everything. You got to get the typography right. And those little things stand out so much to people that know what they're looking for. You see how instantly I can see that even from a little thumbnail. And then you go to something like this, and that makes this stand out because it's just clean, less room for mistakes, right? Mistakes isn't the right word. Less opportunity for things to go differently. Pretty nice image here. This piece right here is really throwing me off. So what does it say? Human Fairy designing since 2018. What does that even mean? Is that a client? Human Fairy? I don't know what that means, but I'm actually going to click on this. Something's going on down here. What just happened? Let me see that again. So your avatar is probably at the gym, styling an outfit. Why did you need a loader there? I would have clicked away probably in most cases. balcony. What is happening here? Balcony? And you're saying hello in different languages, which is kind of cool. But it's going so fast. I can't look anywhere but balcony and here. Like, I just cannot look away from these two things. For one, I'm trying to figure out what balcony is. And then I just want to, it's not that I want to see this. I just cannot not see it. This bright blue and the hands going, and it's going very fast. I can't focus on anything else here. I'm actually going to, can I? Yeah. Okay. I can scroll out of I gotta hide that. I can't concentrate. Okay. So what do? So your product designer. Okay. This is a lot of text right here. I really don't want to read it. A product designer interested in making delightful product experiences. Okay. In the finance, productivity, data, and work industry. Why is industry capitalized here? You got to capital. Oh, I can't select any of this text. It bothers me so much when I can't select text. You got a capital I here. Prev led payment experience design at Chipper Cash. Okay. I'm thrown off by the sans serif or the serif font here. Looks like you got it over here too for some reason. You got a weird alignment kind of going on here. And I don't understand the serif font mixed in with all this. These buttons are beautiful. Full portfolio. What is that? This is a lot of text. Look how far this text is running off over here. You got to be careful with how many words you say and how you break it. You don't want it running off too long because it kind of interrupts the way you read things. And then you got Chipper Cash is a finance unicorn. All that capital letters. I forget what you call that. What do you call that? Where it's capital and the not. Then I should know this stuff. That's throwing me off a little bit. It makes it a little bit harder to read. So I don't know why finance unicorn would be capitalized here, but it might be something that I'm missing. I'm not really sure. So you say Chipper Cash 3 times. Chipper Cash, Chipper Cash, Chipper Cash. I don't see any work here. You're telling me to scroll down. I gotta knock out points just for telling me to scroll down here. All right, so let's dive in. So did it stand out? I think it did stand out, but not as much as I would like. I'm gonna give you 10 points for standing out. Work was up front. There's zero work up front. I haven't really scrolled yet, but I want the work up front. Instantly know what you do. I mean, you do say, yeah. It took a while to find it just because I was thrown off by all the animations and everything. So that's a 20-point value. It's pretty clear once you get into it. I'll give you 10 points. Work thumbnails. I don't see any. Is there any down here? Whoa, what? What is happening here? This is cool. The animations are maybe a bit slow or something, but this is really nice design. What? Chipper Cash again. I've seen Chipper Cash everywhere. How many times you go ride Chipper Cash? I'm just kidding. This is cool. Look. Oh, well, I can't show you because I can't roll over it. See, I'll try to tell you without rolling over. Password protected. That's a nice way to say I can't show you this. You know, I kind of like that. This is pretty cool. I don't really get a lot of info here visually, but I do like this design a lot. This just looks like really nice UX stuff. I don't know. I mean, that was interesting. I'll give 5 points for your thumbnails, even though it made me hump for them. Clear CTA. There is no CTA here. Oh, they are. They're just kind of, dialed back. So they might not be looking for work. That's great. I mean, it sounds like they're not because they're, actually, maybe they're not at that current place anymore. I don't know. It's not that clear, so I give you 5 points. Has an email address, though. You get 10 points for that. And do you mention availability? again, you might not be looking for work. So look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Copy email address. Smart. I like it. I got to give you some points for that. So we're going to do, what was the next one? Missions availability. You don't. I'm going to give you, just because it made me happy, I'm going to give you 10 points for saying copy email address. I'm making that blue and stand out. I'm also going to give you 5 points for telling me your time zone. So you get a bonus 15 points here. And dart me an email. I like it. I think that's what we got here. So we got 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 points. All right. This is actually a really nice portfolio design. But I'm just not seeing enough here. View full portfolio. What does this do? Okay, moving on. Let's see here. Look at this. So I was about to click on this, but I didn't because of some typographical situations. Bumble's, I called a widow. It's here by itself. It didn't need to be. It didn't need to be like that. So actually, I'm going to click on it just to see if it's something that we could talk about. Innovative web UI designer. You don't need to say stuff like this. Innovative. We all think we're innovative. I don't even, that word doesn't even mean anything anymore. Web UI designer and no code developer. Okay. So web designer and developer, only for no code though. So Webflow, Framer. See this thumbnail is not doing you any justice here. And it's really just some typographical stuff. Like, and you got, look at those hard shadows on that image there. Let's actually click on it so we can, oh, what's happening? Okay. Look at the hard shadows on that design there. You got a widow there on home. You got a widow here on Bumble. So immediately I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to, as a client, work a little extra, or as an art director, or creative director, work a little extra with this person to help them understand some typography things. And what's the most important thing when it comes to design is your typography. So you got to know how you break up headlines, look out for widows and things. Now widows aren't the biggest deal in the world. I mean, they really aren't. But it can affect the way you read things. And when you have a static image, I think widows are very important. On the web, when you're like browsers are different, we can let a lot of that stuff slide as long as you're thinking about it. But when it's a flat image or a comp or something, and you're not thinking about the widows and you're leaving them there, I got to deduct points for that. I'm not going to rate this one just because I just wanted to see that one thing there. Let's keep going here. Look at this. Look at this. What? This looks nice. We have to click on this one. I even got to give a little like here. All right. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, got some motion here, though. It's drawing my eyes away. See, this is just like a contextual, personal opinion. I didn't get to see everything else because I've just immediately drawn here to the animation. There's nothing really wrong with that, you know? But it interrupted the way I really needed to flow through your stuff. Well, I guess, again, it's contextual because maybe I do want to see the work first, and you're just forcing me to see this first, and maybe that's what you want. So in that case, it's a win. Maybe that's what you wanted. So, but now I got to come back up here and see what you do and everything else. So this is really nice design. User interface designer. No question what you do. Let's actually start to tally up some points. That definitely stood out. Your share image there stood out. I know exactly what you do. You have work up front. So, I mean, we're already at you're already at 60 points here. Work thumbnails. What's this? I want to click on that, but I don't want to click on that. UI is, you got some gray. I kind of wish, this is a personal, most of this stuff is personal opinion. This is personal opinion. I kind of wish there wasn't just these gray. This one's actually nice because it's tan. We got the two color different gray backgrounds here. And then this is like a still a gray blue, but a little bit darker. And then you're back to this like creamy white color. And then, so you got these two and this one, these three are the same color, but you got a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, and a little more creamier. I don't understand that. There's a lot of different variations in the colors there. It seems like you wanted to make them consistent, or wanted to try just having light backgrounds everywhere, but they're so close, it's making it look like a mistake. Personal opinion. But these, I have to knock off a little bit that just from making me think. So that's a 10-point value. We're going to give you 5 there because everything else is awesome. I mean, this work is great. I like the subtle little animations and some of this stuff. And we do have 2 widow. We got 2. This is a widow. I've got words. If this was me, I would spend a little bit more time making this text here a little bit smaller, just so I can get more words on a line. So that way I don't end up with create on itself and clean on itself. So I see the words create and clean first, and then I have to go back and read. Maybe that's what you want. In that case, effective, powerful. If that's not what you want, maybe try to scale it down a little bit. This is a perfect example of how you want to do text on black. Grayed out. And then make some of the important stuff stand out. Beautiful example of how to do that there. You get some more thumbnails here. Some really incredible work. Like, see this quote here? See the size of this text, and you can get more in a line. I want that right here. This text is just feels too big for some reason. Now everything feels inconsistent. You got starting with like big, medium, small. So the next one I would want even smaller. Let's see if you do it. Maybe you kind of do. Maybe you kind of were thinking that. Now you're like small. Oh, but then you come back with this one, which looks like a different size than this one and a different weight. This looks like medium. This looks like, well, it kind of looks like medium. This looks totally different. I don't know. It could be just my eyes playing tricks on me. This is all really, oh, look at this. This is so nice. These colored backgrounds right here. Look at that design. Look at this. This is sweet. There's a lot of, yes, look at this. Look at this. Look at this case study right here. Beautiful. Just throw the images like that. Yeah, of course. Don't need to get fancy with all these angles and like, all this stuff. Just get to the point. This is awesome. This is awesome work here. Did I deduct points for the thumbnails? I got to put it back if I did. I'm putting it back because now I'm excited. This is awesome. Look at this. Nothing fancy. Beautiful work, and you're letting the work talk for itself. You're not putting a frame around the work, or creating your own frame around the work, which can hide it, and put something there that's not really there. You just get into it. You just get into it. Oh man, this is so cool. Widow here, but because it's circled, makes you think that it's an important word that you're supposed to read. So I'm actually okay with that because that is a word that you want to stand out. And integrate here, but just try to stay away from widows. Also, one note about stuff like this, just a side note for designers. When you have things like this, like you circled here, underline, you got handwritten stuff here, underline here, it loses its coolness. It loses its value. Like when you do something once or twice, like a nice little detail like the handwritten stuff, it's pretty powerful. But when you repeat it over and over and over and over again, it loses its like uniqueness. Like it's, so I would always think about that. You could always just try something different than the underline, like make each one its own unique thing, or highlight one of them as like a highlighter. Just switch it up a little bit, or just do less of it, or actually, honestly, just save it for the main area up here and not do it on the bottom ones. Maybe like down here, you break things up and you can do one more. Otherwise, if you just do it on everything, it just loses its value. You know what I mean? Something to think about. You got a widow here. This is, I could look at this portfolio probably forever. There's so many nice things. Look at this. Now you put shadows on it. How come the other ones don't have shadows on it? Where's the shadows here? Because this is awesome. I kind of wish they all had shadows. I might have to take off some points for some inconsistency. But because the inconsistency actually looks cool down here, I'm not going to take away points. I wish they all had shadows or not, right? Do one or the other. Just make a decision. Now everything's rounded corners. What's going on here? Why is your work so good? This says back to shadows. This one, why is this shadow so much darker? Now you're on rounded corners here for your app stuff. Not rounded here. It got me a little bit confused. Why am I still looking at your portfolio? This is so good. What? You got some Lorem Ipsum stuff in here. Nick it. Get rid of it. No reason for Lorem Ipsum stuff anymore. There never really was a good reason for it, but it's definitely not now. Why is your work so good? What is happening? Okay, let's get back to the point. I love that you have the back to the top, but let's see. Do you have clear CTA? Oh, man. What? Where's the CTA? What am I supposed to do? Maybe you're not looking for work. You seem like you're incredibly talented, so you're probably not looking for work. But, I mean, part of this thing is you have a CTA, which you don't. So I got to take off those 10 points I just added. So we're going to give you 0 there because I don't see a CTA. Email address, I don't see it yet. And again, you're not looking for work, probably. So is there a footer? There's not a footer. At least I didn't find one just then. So I'm going to give you a 0 on the email address. Mention availability. I didn't see that anywhere. I'm going to give you 0. So you got the 60 points plus, because I'm still on your portfolio, I'm giving you 20. This is just awesome. I just wish you had a CTA here with your email or something. 90. Yeah, this is awesome. Very cool. All right, let's do one more. Let's see. I want to click on this because you're one of my friends, and this is awesome. But I want to see the work there, so I'm not going to click on it. And I already know you're a great designer. I'm going to click on this one because this is what I actually really like to see with these images. A little bit of brand, some headline, and some images of your work. So, but this is just an image. So now I'm confused. I'm just going to click the link. All right, let's see here. So the image stood out. It's 20 points. Work up front, clearly, beautiful. This is what you want right here, 20 points. Do I instantly know what you do? You're a freelance graphic designer. Specializing, in creative design. Okay, you had me here so much. I love this. Freelance. And you say what you do, graphic designer that specializes. You're saying everything you need to say here. Very crystal clear. But you threw me off with creative design. What does that mean? In creative design. I do know what it means, and I get it. We just got to watch out for these words, innovative, all those words. We got to watch out for those words. Freelance graphic designer specializing in print and branding. Like that's all you needed. Get rid of the fluff words here because they're actually devaluing the way somebody reads this headline, and it's slowing them down. Let me know quickly what you do. So instantly know what you do. I'm going to give you, I got to give you 10 points for that because I had to slow down. On a mission to use good design to make the world a better place. I respect that. Okay. So, and then you've got availability here. Now, I have something to say about this kind of availability. I'm going to go ahead and give you the 10 points, but I really want to deduct 5 points for that, but I'm not going to because you're one of the rare ones that actually said their availability. So I got to give you a full 10. So when you're freelancing, personal opinion based on experience of hiring people and of me getting hired, you don't really want to say things like you're booking now for 2 or 3 months down the road. Now, you're a graphic designer, so sometimes I think that's okay for certain people, like logo designers, maybe photographers. I guess everybody fits in the this category in a way. But if you want to increase your business, I highly recommend saying you're always available. Because when you say you're always available now, right? I'm available. You can figure out ways to, for one, make yourself available to actually do the work. Or you got to keep in mind, every time you start conversations with clients, sometimes it takes a while to actually do the whole back and forth, sign the agreements, figure things out. And most of the time they weren't even ready yet. And it's going to, got to handle them a day or two to finally get, payments 50% up front going and all this stuff. Like it could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks to actually get the ball rolling. You get meetings up front and all this stuff. So by the time you're actually available in August, you actually could have already done all this stuff, because if you wait until August and then you start those conversations with that certain client, you could still be waiting another 2 or 3 weeks before you even get your first payment or actually start that project. Not everything works that way, but a lot of times it does. So I actually let's say I wanted to hire you. Like, I really want to hire this person. I'm actually not even going to reach out now because you're not available now. Even if I knew I was still a little bit hesitant, like I actually need the work, like I probably want to start in like 2 weeks, but I'm just now starting to get a look to see who's available. I'm probably not going to reach out. I want somebody that's available now, just in case I change my mind that maybe I do want something now. Most people don't know they need work in September. That's just a really rare case. Now, unless they really wanted to work with you, then yeah, they'll wait because you have a specific style that they need and all this stuff, right? Otherwise, I seriously think saying you're always available, kind of leading out the conversations a little bit if you're not available at the certain moment. Then once you get them reeled in and you get that connection, because you don't even get a connection now because they're not even going to reach out, or if they do reach out, nothing's going to happen until August or September, basically. So you could already be forming these relationships in case they change their mind or all this other stuff that happens. You're missing opportunity by telling people you're not available for months. So if you're a full-time freelancer and you want to stay busy, you want the work constantly coming, I suggest saying you're available always. So you got 10 points for that. Okay. Clear CTA. There's no CTA. Where's the CTA? Email address, contact right here. So no CTA, no email address, but the work thumbnails are there and they're actually pretty good. Let me give you a 10 for the work thumbnails. Clients listed here. Cool. Oh, get design tips and resources to your inbox. That's actually nice. I kind of like that idea. Let me click on one of these. The Harvest Coffee Shop branding. Okay. Nice. You start with an image. Then you have some text here telling a story. Another image. Story. Image. Some story. Lots of text, but I kind of like how you're telling the story here, though. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Cool. Let's see. So you've got 40, 50, 60, 70 points right there. This is a solid looking portfolio design. This is exactly what you want to see when you land on somebody's portfolio. Who, what they do, and the work, clear as day. You're just missing the CTA, really. And you've got the literally the only thing you're missing is the CTA and your email address. But those two kind of the same thing. But yeah, nice work there. That's really cool. All right, that's all I'm going to do today. Again, thank you for Contra for sponsoring this video, for getting us to this round 2 of portfolio reviews. It's been super fun. Maybe we'll keep doing some more. Who knows? But in the meantime, go check out Contra. Get your portfolios up there. It's free. It's easy. Start invoicing clients out on Contra and start getting paid. All right. See y'all.